We're here today with Dr Priscilla Mifsud-Parker, who is a partner at Chetcuti Cauchi Advocates. She helps people to set up businesses in Malta, and today we're going to be talking about company formation. So, explain to me first perhaps what form this can take.
The company in Malta is a limited liability company. So in terms of its form, it has separate legal personality, which means that it has separate obligations and also liabilities from that of its shareholders. In terms of setting up the company itself, it's quite a straightforward process, which is usually achieved within 3 days. The requirements are a minimum share capital of €1,250, and then one would need to appoint a director and a company secretary. The company form is used for various types of businesses. We use it for multinational companies who would want to set up one of their companies here in Malta, or more companies, depending on the requirements. It could be used for group treasury function, it could be used for any other servicing function or trading function within the group. We also use it for business families who would want to expand into the European jurisdictions in order to have easier access to the market.
I'm sure that there are a lot of advantages to being in Malta, but clearly tax would be one of the considerations for these companies. What is the setup in Malta?
In terms of taxes, the company itself is taxed at the rate of 35%. However, then, depending on the income which the company is receiving, there are refunds available in order to reduce that and mitigate the tax exposure. In terms of trading companies and servicing companies, the tax rate can be reduced to 5%, with refunds being paid to the shareholders, whilst in terms of royalty holding structures and interest holding structures, there would be a refund which would amount to 25%, so potentially bringing it down to 10%, and then applying other rules we can even bring it down further to 6.25%. In terms of holding companies which are then holding shares in other entities, subject to certain requirements being met, dividends would be fully exempt from tax, and even gains on the disposal of such participations can also be fully exempted from taxation.
Some countries actually have licensing requirements. What is the situation in Malta?
Yes, in Malta it is a little bit different because you don't need to apply for a license with each company formation, meaning that we would only need to assist the clients in terms of getting authorization or recognition of a foreign license in certain specific cases, amongst which are the financial services industry. So when we speak of investment managers, fund managers, banks, financial institutions, payment service providers, and then looking also at the gaming industry, there is also a requirement for a license there. What would be required in terms of a general trading license would be when the company actually has premises in Malta, which will be also welcoming the public at large. In that case, we would need to also apply for a trading license, which is quite a simple procedure.
Still, you're saying it's simple, but there are obviously a number of choices which you have to consider, and it's well worth getting advice before you start the entire process. And of course, Chetcuti Cauchi Advocates are here at your disposal. Thank you.